Good morning and welcome to our health transformation day 36. Last night I slept pretty well. The dog woke me up once and I got up to go to the toilet, but I went pretty much back to sleep after that, so I'm pretty happy about that. My energy is 6 out of 10, my mood is 6 out of 10, my motivation is 6 out of 10. I got up at about 7 o'clock, a little bit later than usual for me, but I'm pretty happy with the way things are going. I took the dog out first thing and we went for a lovely long walk. I actually feel like I'm getting a little bit more power to my legs. And the other thing was, I was really happy while I was walking. I felt alive and I felt vital and I felt really content and really happy to be outside in nature. So I haven't seen that for a few weeks now, so I'm really happy that that's something that has changed. Adam woke up about 10ish. He said he went to bed at 2:30 and today his energy is 7, his mood is 8, motivation 2, sleep quality was 7, but his blood sugar, wowee, look at that. So it just goes to show that that Chinese food, even though it comes across as savoury, must have had a lot of sugar in it, as well as having the white rice. So he reacted quite badly to having 2 lots of white rice plus the Chinese food during the day. So that's something that we will not be repeating. So it's weight and measurement day today, and I was quite nervous because even though I've been eating mostly one meal a day, I feel a little bit chunkier, is what I want to say, and the results certainly reflected that. So my weight went down by half a kilo, though, I'm happy to report. My chest went up by 1 centimetre, my waist went up by 1.5, and I can certainly feel that around the middle. My hips, wow, went up by 4 centimetres. And if you remember from us doing the carnivore diet, this is where I lost most of the weight from quite dramatically, very fast. So I find it interesting that it came off really quickly in this area, but also has gone on really quickly in this area too. My right arm has gone up 1 centimetre. Now my right leg, who knows what's going on here? So if you recall, when I was doing the carnivore, it stayed at 72 and it has stayed at 72 for the last 4 weeks, and suddenly it's gone down by 6 centimetres. So I really can't explain that at all because I don't feel that my legs are any skinnier. So we'll see what it is next week. It could be up again by 6 centimetres. My neck has gone down by half a centimetre and the visceral fat. So when we moved from the other place, we left the dodgy rulers there, and I didn't want to use any different rulers to get a completely different result. So I just didn't do it. And when I go back and retrieve those rulers, we will start measuring that again. So Adam has had some ups and downs just like I have. He put on almost half a kilo in weight this week. His chest stayed the same. His waist went up by half a centimetre. His hips went up by 6 centimetres, just like mine did. So, yeah, interesting how we both lost it from that area really fast, but then we've put it on really fast with some carbs. So, right arm was down by half a centimetre, but to me it looks like there's a little bit less muscle there. His right leg is down by 1.5 centimetres. Now, I might have mentioned this earlier that he hasn't been walking as much as he normally does because he takes the dog out and she only walks for an hour at a time. So normally he would go for 2, sometimes 2.5 hours. So I think he's getting less exercise at the moment. So Adam and I both felt like cooking today, which is great because we've had a period of a few days of not feeling like cooking at all. So we made ourselves a seafood lasagna. Now, in this picture, it doesn't look so much like lasagna, but we were super hungry by the time we ate it, and we didn't leave it long enough to cool for it to retain its shape when we served. So believe me, it is lasagna. It was absolutely delicious. We had prawns and tuna in there, and I'm not reacting to the prawns now because my amines have gone a little lower. For dessert, we had buckwheat porridge with pear on it. Now, I know that this is a high amine meal, so I'm going to see how I go tonight with sleeping. Adam took the dog out at about 3:30. They went out for about an hour and both came back pooped. So they must have had a good walk. Adam got a bit peckish at about 8 o'clock. He had some cheese and some pork crackle, which is a good choice for his blood sugar. I had another bath this evening. I'm up to 3 cups of Epsom salts, which is great. I'm wondering whether this is helping my muscles get more energy because we are supporting one of the pathways that clears salicylate. So I'm hoping that that's the case. And if I continue, my legs continue to improve. One thing I didn't mention today is that my face is looking very ruddy. It's very red and blotchy, and that's what happens when I have salicylate. So that would have been left over from yesterday's meal because that was a high salicylate meal. So at the moment, I'm currently eating more amines than salicylates, and so my skin has been fairly clear. And it's really interesting because when I do a water fast, everyone comments on how clear my skin is. And it's just because I'm not causing it any inflammation, so it's not getting red and blotchy. So I'm hoping that I can clear this in a way that if I do have some salicylates, it won't occur because it's really annoying. It's been an interesting day with our weights and measurements, and I feel that we need to re examine what we're putting in. Of course, we're not eating the best. Adam's blood sugars are out of control, and I've certainly put on some weight, and he's put on a little bit as well. So I will have a little think about what we're going to do to move on. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and we will see you tomorrow.